Hey guys, how's it going? This is Natinator, and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. And we're powering right along as per usual. Let's get right back into it. Great work everyone, that's a wrap. The recording ended without incident, as far as anybody knew. Sayaka tossed a piece of chocolate into her mouth that she seemed to have brought with her. She was as casual and relaxed as can be. So, out with it. Did you see something in the booth or not? No, I didn't see anything. I glanced back into the recording booth. Sachiko's spirit had disappeared a little while ago. I felt it was best to act as if nothing had happened, and successfully managed to steer the topic of conversation elsewhere. Until... What the? What's wrong? Was someone talking out here during the recording? No way. No way would any of us make a rookie mistake like that. You wouldn't be able to hear us from inside the booth anyway. There's something on the tape, though. Sounds like a voice to me. Huh? Where? Here, during this exchange. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on... I'm only hearing those two. You don't hear a third voice? Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling her leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Right there! After Miss Seinoki says, he may be. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Sayaka. Pulling our leg, right? Oh wait, not Sayaka. He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Oh God! There is a voice! It's saying, I'm watching you, right? He may be, but with only... Whoa! Ah! You've got to be kidding me! It's in the recording for sure. That's so creepy. Is this for real? An actual EVP. Yeah! Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's the matter? Pull yourself together. Ah! Suddenly, the director began to clutch at his throat and thrash around. His face was bright red, and his mouth frothed over as he struggled to breathe. Hold him down! He's gonna knock everything over and hurt himself. Yes, sir. Is it over? What was that? Some kind of seizure? Oh crap, he's not breathing. What? God. Call an ambulance, quickly, he needs CPR. Okay. Come on, keep it together, man. The hell's going on? Send the guest home, we're done. Sayaka's usual smiling countenance had been replaced by a thin mouth and a cold sweat. There was no doubt about it. This was the influence of that spirit. This sort of thing must be a huge shock for someone who's never had contact with the spirit world before. I regretted appearing on the program at all. Oh my. I'm so sorry. I guess I shouldn't have come. Oh, don't be silly. You did great. They managed to resuscitate the director, too, at the hospital. And we can cut out the voice for the broadcast. But honestly, I say we leave it. I mean, it's kind of a lucky break when you think about it. Ha ha ha. I'm really grateful for your help today. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Oh, and as for Kilfanon, how's next week sound? On the way home, Naho finally smiled. Glad to see she still had it in her. I needed to put on a happy face myself, too. I was afraid if I seemed too gloomy, it would bring Naho down, and she hadn't done anything wrong. I had to let her know how grateful I was, and try to bring her spirits back up. The two of us parted ways on a corner near our houses, and I needed to stop in at the convenience store for some groceries. See you later. Thanks again. You too. Good night. I'd never before felt such a strong, persistent spiritual presence. I had a considerable amount of power within me, and usually it was more than enough to disperse any malicious wills that dared draw near. But even with all my concentration, I'd still put Sayaka and her co-workers in grave danger. They easily could have been killed by the curse. For the sake of dear Kibiki's safety, we really should have put the kibosh on our entire investigation into the Shinozaki family line a lot sooner. But it wasn't too late to call it off. As far as I knew, I was going to pull out from the Heavenly Host Elementary case altogether. I'd made up my mind. I should probably undergo a traditional spirit exorcism as soon as possible. It was past 9:30, so it had been dark out for hours already. Yet there wasn't a single light on in Kibiki's house. Kibiki? No signs of life. Somehow the whole house felt larger and emptier than ever before. Kibiki? Kibiki, are you sleeping? I peeked into his study, but he wasn't there. Nor was he anywhere else. The house was deserted. Now, Kibiki's meetings for work were always held at irregular times, so this wasn't unprecedented or anything. But the atmosphere inside just felt different somehow. There was this peculiar silence, as if no one had ever lived here in the first place. I'm watching you. Something just seemed very, very wrong. It was like someone was watching me, sneering at me. What the fuck? Ah! Finally, I found a note on my desk. Not the one I'd left for Kibiki this morning, but a response, written in his familiar scrawl. Dear Naho, thank you for your concern. I couldn't live with myself if I exposed you to any more danger on my behalf, however. Taguchi and I have gone to Heavenly Host Elementary. We've noted the way back, so please don't worry. We'll return safe and sound. And if we're successful, let's all go out for a nice meal together, okay? No! With a sigh and a mumble, I snapped back to reality. Glancing at the clock, I marveled at the fact that it was already past 10. I'd been in a daze for half an hour since getting home. Craziness. Ugh, what a day. My shoulders feel like they've got lead weights on them. I couldn't have brought it back with me, right? No, there was no way. I stood up from my desk. The problem was the uniform. I couldn't really relax in it. I should know better. I just needed to change. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll feel better once I get out of this uniform. I can see you, all creepy. God, Please. Is somebody there? Please, no. I was glad no one had seen me talking to thin air like that. There was nobody else around, of course. Nothing to be afraid of. It was just my imagination. I really, really needed to get out of my uniform. So once again I started changing when... Ah! Definitely not my imagination this time. There was somebody screaming outside my window, running toward my house. What? I seriously felt like I was going to break down. Maybe I already had. Opening the curtain slowly, I peered outside to see who it was. Wait, is that... Naho? I couldn't see her face clearly, being on the second floor and all, but it was Naho, all right. She was crying like a mad woman. She looked awful. Sayaka! What's wrong, Naho? Naho? Sayaka! It's Kibiki! Kibiki crossed over! Okay, just calm down, Naho. Tell me what happened. Where is Mr. Kibiki? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's all my fault. If Kibiki were to die in there... This was the first time I'd ever seen her so incoherent. I spoke slowly and gently, trying my best to calm her down. Naho, please, just tell me what happened. Let me help you. Start at the beginning. I want you to come back with me, right now. What? Please, I'm begging you. Tears were streaming down her face. This was a side of Naho I'd never even imagined could exist. There had to be a reason she was so desperate. I agreed to follow her back to Kibiki's house, if only out of concern for her well-being. Sheesh, it's raining pretty hard outside. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Anyway, Sachiko ever after. Those who perform this ritual can cross over to Heavenly Host Elementary, a cursed school sealed outside our world, outside time and space. It's a locus of powerful energy, and the effect it had on me thus far has been disturbing enough that I've decided to abandon my investigation. But before I could convey that to Kibiki, he crossed over without me, taking only Taguchi for backup. So please, Sayaka, you're my only hope at this point. Will you come with me to Heavenly Host so I can rescue Kibiki? I didn't really get any of what she was saying. Heavenly Host Elementary? A cursed school? And this was all to rescue Kibiki. What was in there exactly that he needed rescuing from? The only thing I did understand was that I'd be accompanying Naho to some unsafe, unfamiliar spirit world. I couldn't just casually agree to go with her. So, this place I'd be going with you is dangerous then. I scare easily, you know. Please, I can't perform the ritual by myself. You're the only person I can count on. And I swear I'll protect you, no matter what. Her face was the most disheveled I'd ever seen it, and she was practically begging. I knew two sides to this girl, her cool and collected professional persona, and her cat to my master. But this panicked desperation fit neither of them. The words I'd spoken to her following our recording session suddenly popped into my head. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Kibiki, Kibiki. I took one more look at Naho's tear-stained face, and just knew I couldn't turn away from her in this time of need. Naho, do you really promise to protect me? Uh-huh. A ray of hope lit up Naho's face like a flower in bloom, and I knew I'd made the right decision. All right then, I'm in. What are friends for, after all? Sayaka. Thank you, Sayaka. I just couldn't bear to see her cry like that. A face as cute as hers deserved to wear a smile at all times. We'll be out for a while though, right? You mind if I run back home first and take care of some things before we go? Okay, I'll be waiting for you here, butt naked. Not a good idea. You'll catch your death of cold. Anyway, I'll be right back. Well, as long as Kibiki's over there. The larger the sample size for his research, the better. This is for you, man. The Shinozaki estate? We don't need that place anymore. If he's gonna leave me here to spread the curse for him, then fine. That's just what I'll do. No hesitation, no backing down. My blog should do nicely. Let's see. In this world, there's nothing worse than parting ways with a dear friend. Some may say it's sweet sorrow. Oh, almost forgot the subject line. Sachiko in the ever... Wait, no. How about Sachiko ever after? Perfect! He is hoping for a lot of hits. Mom, I'm heading out. Not wanting to worry her, I told a little white lie, suggesting that I had another recording session tonight. I'd been going to late sessions practically every night for a while now, so it seemed the perfect excuse, and sure enough she bought it. You certainly are a hard worker, Sayaka. Just make sure you keep your energy up out there. Don't get so busy and let your blood sugar level drop. Here. She handed me a small piece. Oh no. That's the chocolate from the beginning. Okay. She handed me a small piece of emergency chocolate. This was like a tradition with her. She'd always give me one when I left, to show her support. And it always reminded me that I was loved. This one, in particular, was bringing tears to my eyes. I must have been more scared than I thought. I'll be home as soon as I can. Thanks. Knock 'em dead, sweetie. Sachiko, we beg of you. Sachiko, we beg of you. You said it twice, right? In your head? Yep. Okay, then it's time to pull this thing apart. Make sure you use your nails and don't let go. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Something impossible was happening. We performed the ritual just as Naho had instructed, and then the floor just split open and swallowed us whole. Was this a dream? Was I hallucinating? It sure felt real, though. It felt like I was being dragged to hell. My vision quickly went bright white, and my consciousness seemed to fade to black. And then... I felt dust or sand filling my mouth, and I sprang to my feet, choking. What is this? Where am I? Naho? I was in a cold, dark room. It was damp and clammy, and felt very much like a cave. Was this the Heavenly Host Elementary School Naho was telling me about? Naho! Naho? Racked with apprehension, I tried raising my voice, but barely had one to raise. I looked around, but didn't see Naho anywhere, and there was no response. God, this can't be real. Can it? I wanted to go home, to forget this place ever existed, but then I realized I'd never asked Naho how to cross back over. Without her, I was stuck here. So that was my top priority then. I absolutely had to find Naho. I'm sure she hadn't accounted for the possibility that we'd wind up in different spots once we got here. But as long as I could track her down soon, I knew everything would work out. I stepped forward slowly and carefully, then took a closer look at my surroundings. Oh my god, we're actually playing the damn game again. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to actually look around. Cool, I wonder where we are. Is there anything... Really, this whole room, there's nothing to look at. I can see plenty of things that I'd like to look at. But unfortunately, none of it's all that important. Alright, so... let's save. Which... oh, well, now that I'm here, I may as well save. There we go. Here we are. Let's try going just into the hallway. What the hell? I have no idea where we are. Oh shit. Well, I can't even look at that. Let's try the end hall here. The wall. What the? It's crumbling. Ah! That was close. And I can't get through. Mummy, save me. The path here is completely blocked with rubble. There's no way through. Alright. Well, it seems like we've got a whole new load of shit to explore and enjoy. This looks amazing. I think that this is a great little time to end the episode. Ooh, I wonder what we're gonna find next episode. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you're enjoying it, because I most certainly am. I know I say this like every time, but I'm being honest when I say it. And well, you know, stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys in the next piece of shit that I upload. So, bye. What's up, sucker?